Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Monday, August 18th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The US dollar strengthened against major currencies today. The greenback gained against the euro and sterling, despite maintaining negative trends against both currencies. Notable movement against the yen, marking its second consecutive daily gain. Looking at returns, the dollar shows weekly gains against major pairs, but faces broader monthly declines. Most notably, year-to-date performance shows an 11% decline against the euro and a 7% drop versus the pound. Mixed performance continues across Asian currencies. The dollar edged higher against the Singapore dollar, breaking out of a 5-day flat pattern. However, it posted its third consecutive decline against both the Canadian dollar and Indian rupee. In terms of broader performance, the greenback maintains a strong positive trend against the Kiwi, while showing mixed results against the offshore yuan. Year-to-date declines are evident across most pairs, with the largest being nearly 6% against the Singapore dollar.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. India leads today's gainers, closing up 79 cents to 53.50. Taiwan shows a very strong upward trend, ending at 61.4. Israel extended its winning streak to 4 consecutive days, while Turkey maintains a strong, positive trend despite moving sideways recently. Looking at returns, Taiwan stands out with a strong year-to-date gain of 17.9%. Israel shows similar strength at 19% for the year. Denmark leads month-to-date performance with a 4.6% gain, despite showing a very strong negative trend in recent price action. Among declining global markets, Austria dropped the most, falling 1.6% to 31.83, despite maintaining a very strong positive trend. Both Thailand and South Korea extended their losing streaks to 3 consecutive days, while France maintains a very strong positive trend despite today's decline. Looking at longer-term performance, Austria shows remarkable strength with a 51.8% year-to-date return, despite today's decline. South Korea has gained 43% this year, while Thailand remains the only fund in negative territory year-to-date, down 5.6%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures dipped 19.70 to 3,378, breaking downward after 3 flat days. Silver futures and copper futures both broke lower after 5 sideways sessions. Palladium futures rose for a second consecutive day, up 9.10 to 1,131.60. Despite today's declines, metals are showing mixed performance this month. Silver futures leads with a 3.6% monthly gain, while aluminum lags with just a 0.5% rise. Year-to-date, gold and silver stand out with gains of 27.9% and 30% respectively. Energy futures showed broad gains today. Crude oil and natural gas futures both advanced 1.1%, despite strong negative trends. Gasoline futures broke upward from a 4-day consolidation period. Heating oil remains relatively flat. Year-to-date performance in energy markets remains challenging. Crude oil has declined 12.6%, while natural gas shows the steepest drop at 20.5%. Only gasoline futures maintains positive territory with a modest 4.4% gain for the year. Feeder cattle futures reached a new all-time high, rising 1.2% to 350.43. Class II milk futures gained 1.5% to 18.74, showing strong upward volatility. Corn futures advanced for a fifth consecutive session despite mixed negative trend signals. The livestock sector shows impressive year-to-date gains. Feeder cattle leads with a 33.2% return, while live cattle has gained 21.8%. Lean hogs remains volatile but positive at 10.9% for the year. Grain futures showed mixed movement. Wheat futures rose for a third straight day. Oat futures broke upward from 4 days of consolidation. Soybean futures remains in a strong positive trend despite today's modest decline. Month to date, grains show modest gains. Soybeans lead with a 5.3% increase, while corn has risen 3.2%. Year to date, however, corn shows the largest decline at 11.3%, with wheat down 5.5%. Soft commodities showed mixed performance today. Coffee futures continued its momentum, rising 3.25 to 337.45, marking its fourth consecutive positive close. Cotton futures showed significant strength, gaining 3% to 67.84. Meanwhile, sugar extended its decline for a fourth straight session, while orange juice broke downward after 4 days of consolidation. Looking at returns, coffee futures stands out with a robust month-to-date gain of 14%. Orange juice has experienced the steepest decline, down 50.7% year-to-date. Cocoa also shows significant weakness, with a year-to-date decline of nearly 30%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports, written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, cryptocurrency and commodities. Thanks for watching.